everybody, Jessie here from jessiebanks.com, and I'm back with another video. This is one I've wanted to do for a very long time, probably 6 or 8 months now. Pardon any noise you hear from upstairs, my son is up there. It's Sunday. So this is Stoneground Paint Company. These are handmade watercolors. They are made in Regina, Saskatchewan. They come from a store called Frame Masters Gallery. Everybody in that store is absolutely fantastic. I go in there every time I hit the city. I had purchased 4 colors a while ago, and then they gave me one to try along with that, and then I picked up 2 more after because I didn't buy a red and a blue, which was really silly of me. I am going to pick up more of these the next time I'm in the city, so, and they give you these, you get these little palettes when you purchase. They were taped into the bottom. I will put them back after, but you get these little, I'm trying to like help the glare here so that nobody gets blinded. Little tins. This one holds 6 half pans. I have 7, so one doesn't fit. So I will get a bigger one the next time I'm in the city, or just another one of the two. Like I said, the people there are absolutely fantastic. They're super sweet. So a little bit about these paints. I have 7 colors here, right? Yeah. I can math! Yay! Anyway, a little bit about these paints. So what they say is, our paint is inspired by nature and ground by hand. We craft our paint in small batches from the world's best gum arabic, locally sourced organic wildflower honey, and the highest quality pigments around the world. That's it. No cheap fillers, no extenders, just 3 ingredients to make watercolor paint second to none. I haven't played with these a whole lot, so we're going to do this together. We're going to go through the colors, do a little bit of mixing, and then I'm going to do card painting. And I will voice over that part most likely, simply because when I paint I don't talk. So, these are all synthetic pigments, the ones I have here. They do have a section of earth pigments. I do need to go pick up some of those. I love the granulations and all of that good stuff. And they recently put a metallic holiday palette out. Now I don't know if this is going to be permanent or not. I really hope it is, because I really need to get some of these before they're gone, if they're not going to be. Maybe I'll place an order online. I will have a link to their store in the description box below. Again, they ship from Canada. So let's start with the nitty gritty. These are half pans. All of the ones I purchased are half pans. I tend to buy half pans. I do mostly card paintings, so I don't do anything on a larger scale. Although I'm hoping to change that this year, but these will work for me. The half pans are $11 a piece. Their full pans, which are like twice the size, kind of like, right, are $15, and they also have, I think they're 15 milliliter tubes. Let me check. Yeah, a 15 milliliter tube is $26.50. And that's for the synthetic pigment. I'm specifically looking at the Hansa Yellow. So I have Hansa Yellow, Naphthol Red, Ultramarine Rose, Dioxazine Purple, Ultramarine Blue, Cobalt Turquoise, and I'm pulling these all out of frame while I'm talking to you, which is ridiculous. Cobalt Turquoise, and this one is Hooker's Green. So those are the 7 colors I have to start, and we will swatch them out and let's see how they play. So what I have is just a bar rag. My last one fell apart. I use these instead of paper towel, and then I just scrub them out in the sink and use them till they literally disintegrate. And the brush I'm going to be using is a silver black velvet brush. So this is a synthetic and natural hair mix, squirrel hair and synthetic. I love these brushes. I have a bunch of them. And we're just going to do our color swatching. I have a... This is a Strathmore. I think it's series 4. I'm not 100% positive. It's just a watercolor journal. So we're going to do that. So I'm just going to take a pen here. I might speed through some of this stuff because nobody wants to see me write this all, but... Almost an H. Okay, I'm just going to move some of these paints over so that I can get my book kind of more in frame here. Okay, so I'm not going to dip into these. I know that these are synthetic pigments, but sometimes handmade watercolors are a little harder to re-wet, so we're going to check that out. I am looking at their websites. If I look at the Hansa Yellow page, it does say Hansa Yellow was introduced in the early 20th century as a replacement for fugitive light colors. A brilliant warm yellow, versatile mixing color, Hansa Yellow is non-toxic and permanent. Then it tells you that it's available in half pan, full pan, or tube formats, and what palettes that they have that it's available in. My only complaint that I would like to see them add to their website, so I don't know if they're going to watch this. I mean, I'm by no means any sort of a big deal, but what I would love for them to see is to add the pigment numbers. I do know that lots of people are very, very interested in single pigments, dual pigments, what pigments are involved, all of that good stuff, especially in terms of mixing their own colors and things with the colors they've purchased and helping them build their palette. So I'd really, really enjoy the pigment numbers to be added to their website. I mean, you can roughly guess simply because it's Hansa Yellow, and if I go here into my little tube here and I grab that one, nope, that's Naples. And I look at these are Daniel Smith tubes. So I've got Hansa Yellow Medium and Hansa Yellow Light. But when I turn them on their side, Aurelide Yellow 10G, PY3. So that's the Hansa Yellow Light. And the Hansa Yellow Medium is PY97. So they're single pigment colors. But I get that pigment number so I know roughly what it is in terms of other watercolors I use and things of that nature. So that would be something that would be really good for them to add. Again, for a lot of us card makers, it really doesn't matter. So we're going to start out just by putting our brush into these colors. Now they're going to fumble around because they're not in a palette or anything right now. So that re-wet really nice. And then we'll just fade it out. So you can kind of see the range of colors you can get with them there. That's really pretty. You'll see it better as it dries and the sheen goes away. Next up we have Naphthol Red. I'm not used to having to hold them because I usually don't pull them out of their things. And then again we'll fade that one out. That's a really pretty color. I really, really like that. Their Naphthol, they say, I pulled all the colors I have up. An intense red, Naphthol is a synthetic organic pigment. Versatile mixing color, Naphthol Red is non-toxic and light fast. So again, it would be really nice to have that pigment number on there. Not the end of the world, I really, really wish it was there. The next one we have, this is the one that they gave me as a sample one. It is Ultramarine Rose, and I mean for a sample, there's a little dent in that palette, in that pan, but it's like a full pan of color to play with and try. I really appreciate that, and thank you very much. So Ultramarine Rose, now these are a lighter color. They definitely won't be as dark and as intense simply because it's an Ultramarine Rose, but I love them. So Ultramarine Rose is a light value bluish pink that cannot be produced by mixing other pigments together, is what it says. It's warmer than ultramarine violet, it's non-toxic and light fast. So you can see that that's full pigment load basically. I can't get that any darker than that, but look at that color. It's so pretty. And you can bring it out into a very nice wash. I like it. I think it's gorgeous. It's just one of those really light, fun colors. It's not necessarily a necessity on anybody's palette. Dioxine Purple. I love this color. It's one of my favorite colors. I think I have it in every manufacturer's paint that I have that has it. I try and keep it. So it's significantly darker than ultramarine violet, cobalt violet, dioxazine purple is a slightly grayed violet, perfect for rendering shadows. A versatile choice for the purple in an artist palette. Dioxazine purple is a dark value, dull violet, non-toxic and light fast. So again, that's what they're saying about it on their website here. And I like having that to be able to refer to. Oops. And then we'll just wash that out so you can see the different values. And there you go. Next up is ultramarine blue. Funny story about this ultramarine blue. I went into the store when the first time I was going to film this. I went into Frame Masters because I didn't have a red and a blue, like a red and a natural blue in my palette. I had the ultramarine rose, which isn't a red, and I had the cobalt turquoise, or cobalt aquamarine, which isn't really a blue. So I went in to pick up those two, and this pan was still wet. Like, they had just been poured. So, but they were super helpful, and I asked about it, and they said they're very, very fresh, but like, you can get one if you want one, and I'm like, yeah, definitely. So here is our ultramarine blue. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me, sorry about that. Ultramarine blue was developed as a modern replacement for the cost-prohibitive lapis lazuli. I can never say that properly. An intense, beautiful, deep blue ultramarine is an invaluable choice for any artist palette. So again, it's non-toxic and light fast. So there's that. And we'll just bleed that one out and let it fade and see what she does. I really do like these colors. They're very, very pretty, and they're drying very, very vibrant, and I'm not finding any, it doesn't feel like, just off of this alone, it doesn't feel like there's any real big pigment particles in there, and I'm not having an issue re-wetting anything, so that's always a big bonus. Next up is cobalt aquamarine. Cobalt aquamarine is moderately intense turquoise blue. It's an excellent mixing component and is helpful when used to adjust the temperature of blues and greens. Cobalt aquamarine is useful in landscape and botanical, and it is very versatile in tempering warm mixtures. Ugh. So, let's put this one on. I love this color. I love this color in anything. This is like actually the color my kitchen is painted. My kitchen's a little bit darker tone of it, but this is my kitchen. Yes. So there's that one. And the last up we have Hooker's Green. So it's originally an unreliable mixture of Prussian blue and gamboge, Hooker's Green has become to be recognized as a pleasing and useful color for watercolors. A dull yellowish green pigment, Hooker's Green works well in botanical and landscape paintings and produces beautiful greens when combined with phthalo green, Prussian blue, or Hansa yellow. Sorry about that. Somebody showed up at the door, so I had to go check. So, I read about the Hooker's Green, and now we're going to swatch this one. So this one's a little harder to re-wet than the others, which, I mean, there's that in any sort of watercolors you get. But I'm not having any, like, pigment issues, I would say. So I'm going to blend that one out. And there's those. So there are all of the colors. I'm going to pull out some of these that I have in other palettes so we can do a little bit of comparison, and then we'll work on our painting. Okay, so I am back. I started off I was going to film this whole process, but I have more watercolors than I thought I did. So I went through a bunch of stuff, and this is kind of where I am. Ignore my mess. I dipped my sleeve in this. So first off, this is the Stoneground Hansa Yellow. This is Daniel Smith Hansa Yellow Light and Daniel Smith Hansa Yellow Medium. Don't have a Hansa Yellow in any other of the brands that I have currently. It's definitely darker than this, so it's probably just like a regular Hansa Yellow. A really pretty color. I like it. So this is the Stoneground Naphthol Red. I don't have Naphthol Red in anything, which really surprised me. I've probably taken it in and out of a cart when ordering Daniel Smith or something many times, but this is Schmincke's Scarlet Red, and it is quite similar. It's not too far off, that's for sure. This is Permanent Carmine. It's not even close. It's pink. Now this is Stoneground Ultramarine Rose. Now I have Daniel Smith Rose of Ultramarine. I don't know how well. Let's zoom in here. Oh, there you go. Now you can see it. So this is Daniel Smith's Rose of Ultramarine, and you can see how the blue comes out in this more than in this, but you could definitely use them interchangeably. I really like, when I don't want the separation in the color, I will definitely reach for this one. I think it's absolutely beautiful. And then I just grabbed out of my Schmincke palette, this is Ultramarine Violet, so you can see how much bluer that is, and this is Manganese, Manganese Violet, out of the Schmincke palette, and it's definitely a lot more cool tone purple too. So, but I just wanted to kind of show everything that I had that I thought might end up close. I knew the Ultramarine Violet wasn't going to be close, but I wanted to show the difference there. So now this surprised me. Okay, this is the Stoneground. Let's zoom in again here. This is the Stoneground Dioxazine Purple, and this was my favorite Dioxazine Purple. This is the Coors version. I don't know why I put a Q there because I was scribbling in a hurry. So this is the Coors version of Dioxazine Purple, and this one is the Stoneground version, and I like the Stoneground version a lot more. It's got a little shimmer shift to it. Now that could have been something on my desk, but I like how it granulated just a little bit, and just I find it feels like it has more depth than the core version does. So, I will be reaching for this one lots. I'm really, really impressed with it. And this is a Holbein Mineral Violet. Not even close. Not even close. Okay. So then we go into the blues. So this is Stoneground's Ultramarine. This is Schmincke's Ultramarine Finest. And this is Daniel Smith's French Ultramarine. So they're similar, but they're not the same by any stretch of the imagination. I like them all. This is a really beautiful color. I like teal paint. I have a teal kitchen. I really like teal paint. So the two Daniel Smith teals I have aren't even close. This is Ultramarine Turquoise and Cobalt Teal. This is the Stoneground's Cobalt, what do they call it? Cobalt Aquamarine. This is Schmincke's Cobalt Turquoise. It's pretty close. This is Holbein's. It's just called Turquoise Blue. And this is the core Cobalt Teal. So they definitely are different. I would say these two are most similar to me, but this one gets a little bit more pigment load in it. Now this is Hooker's Green, and I don't have Hooker's Green in anything else. Watercolor, I do have it in some acrylics, but I don't have anything in watercolor. So I did mix my Daniel Smith New Gamboge and my Schmincke Prussian Blue. And I got kind of close. I probably could have added a little more blue to it and got it a little closer. So that's kind of a little bit of comparison for you guys. As for drying quality and the quality of the paints, these are magnificent. Now, these are all synthetic pigments. I don't have any of their earth pigments or any of their metallics. I have metallics in a few other brands, but I'm definitely going to have to pick up some of the metallic ones and check them out so that I can get a better feel for their mineral based pigments, simply because they could do other things. The pigments could be a little bit more chunky in those than these and all of that good stuff, but all in all, these are beautiful paints. This video has run a little longer than I anticipated, so I am going to do a separate video of the painting with these paints, and I will have that up hopefully a day or two after this one. I'm going to try and get this one up today, so definitely check back. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will have the link to the Stoneground Paint Company in the description box below, so definitely pop over and check them out. Their colors are forever growing and they're releasing more, so it's really, really great. And like I said, the people that work there are truly fantastic. So have a great day. I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye for now.